Kirkle Math. Hey there, we've got a bonus video for you. So this is still technically part of 8.1, but I know that rearranging and translating our formulas from standard form or any kind of form to slope-intercept form can be tricky. So we're going to write out some steps and practice this, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and write out some steps here. Whenever you see a formula, you're going to ask yourself two questions. The first question is, are X and Y on the same side of the equal sign? Okay. If this is yes, then you're going to subtract the X value. Okay. The second question you're going to ask yourself, we'll change colors here. Second question is there a number in front of Y? If yes, divide all terms. And this probably doesn't make sense to you yet, so let's do an example and I'll show you what I mean, okay? Let's do this one. Okay, so I'm going to take this equation right here. 2y equals x plus 9. And we are going to go ahead and convert this to slope-intercept form. Reminder, slope-intercept form is y equals mx plus b. Okay, so we're going to ask our first question. Are x and y on the same side of the equal sign? No, they're not. They are separated, so I don't have to do anything. I can go to number 2. Is there a number in front of y? Yes, there is. So I'm going to divide every term by that number, that coefficient, so that I can get y by itself. Remember that there's really a 1 in here, and we want our slope-intercept form in fraction, or our slope in fraction form. So I'm going to keep it 1/2 x. However, I do want my y-intercept to be a fraction. So 9 divided by 2 is 4.5. And that's it. I now have a formula in slope-intercept form. And I can go ahead and graph this point in this line. So I'm going to go, we're saying that these are singles, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to graph 4.5, and I'm going to estimate. This is about between 4 and 5. And then I'm going to do my slope, which is 1/2. So I'm going to go up one whole jump. So from 4.5 to 5.5 over 2. 1, 2. That's my next dot. Okay. Up a half over 2. That's my next dot. And if I go backwards, down a whole over 2. Down over 2. This becomes my line, okay? And as we know, it's kind of hard for Miss Kirkwood to draw lines on her computer, but she's going to try there. Okay, there's my first line, okay? So now we're going to switch colors, and we're going to go ahead and do this next equation. X plus y equals -3, okay? So I'm going to ask my first question again. Are x and y on the same side of the equal sign? Yes. So that means I need to subtract x or get rid of x. So I'm going to do that here. That gets rid of x on this side, and I'm left with a -x, whoopsie, not plus, -3. Remember, I cannot add the 3 and the x together or subtract them because they are not like terms. I also want my term to be in slope-intercept form, so I need the mx to be first, the x to be here, and the b to be at the end. But now I have an equation I can graph. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to put my dot at -3, and my slope is -1. So I'm going through my diagonal. There. Okay. All right. When you are dealing with these fractions, you can see also my line's kind of off. We're going to go ahead and say that our answer is right here. even though our lines don't line up perfectly. But when you're dealing with fractions and you're graphing, you're actually going to get more of an estimate of your answer than an actual answer. Okay, so we are now going to go ahead and count and track this coordinates. So we are here at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, -5, +2. That is the solution to this answer. Let's practice another one together. So I'm going to go ahead over here and we're going to do this one first. So I'm going to have 3y equals x plus 10. All right, so I'm going to ask the first question. Are x and y on the same side of the equal sign? No, they are not. So I'm going to jump to question 2. Is there a number in front of y? Yes. So I'm going to divide every term by 3, and I'm not going to get a perfect answer. So we're going to again estimate. Remember, there's an invisible 1 here, so this is really 1/3 x, and 10 divided by 3 becomes 3.3 repeating, or we're going to round to 3.3. All right, so I am now going to graph this line. So I'm going to estimate where 3 1/3 is, a little bit above the line, and then I'm going to do my slope, which is up 1/3. Up 1/3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, and then I could go down 1, back 3. So to the best of my abilities, I'm going to draw this line, and it's going to be about there. Okay, let's do another one. I'm now going to do the 5 equals 3x minus 2. So that's this equation on the right. I'm going to ask my questions. Are x and y on the same side of the equal sign? No. Oh, wait, where's my y? Yes, they are. They're on the same side. So that means I need to subtract my x or get rid of my x. So I'm going to subtract 3x from both sides. And that's going to get me -2y equals -3x plus 5. Now, this looks a little weird. This is a little backwards. So I'm actually just going to go ahead and flip-flop these. -2y equals -3x plus 5. And then I'm going to move it up here in the top because I'm running out of space. But all I did was write it into a format that makes me feel comfortable and makes sense. I just flip-flopped my two sides of my equation, okay? You can keep it like this too if you want, it's fine. All right, now I'm going to ask my second question, which is there a number in front of y? And in this case, yeah, there is. So I am dividing everything by -2. And again, I'm not going to get a perfect answer. I'm going to get some fractions. So again, my slope stays a fraction because I need the rise and run. And then 5 divided by 2 is 2.5. 5 divided by -2 is -2.5. So this is now the answer here in slope-intercept form. So I'm going to graph 2.5 up. Oh, no, sorry, it's negative. So we're going to go 2.5 down. And my slope is up 3/2. Up 3/2. Up 3/2. And then I'm going to connect this to the best of my abilities. All right. We can see that our answer is lying right about here, which is going to be -5, 5. No, sorry, +5, 5. 5/5 up. There you go. And that is just a little refresher on how to translate these. You're asking yourself these 2 questions every time. If you would like, you can go ahead and practice on these 2 problems right here. But otherwise, I'll see you in the next video.